Hey everyone, my name is Trevor2 and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for part 3 of Chapter 7. And yeah, we're probably going to be halfway through the parts here. So in the last video, we have passed the test. We have got our answers, but what was the price we have paid for Vertin and 37? Along with the entire island going delirious, or at least we were part of a very complicated puzzle, which was very unique, and back and forth between the island and Laplace. Laplace had its own disasters as well. Once they incited the actual incantation, side effects, curses, brought up. We had to kill our own we had to put down on our colleagues who transformed into mud golems, or they suffered different types of curses, because they were not pure-blooded, arcanists, or humans. And Madame Lucy, being as she is the head of research, decides to keep the experiment going, despite Enigma's, I guess, concerns. And when he confronted her about it, it turns out that she did, in fact, came up with a solution. If it's harmful for humans and arcanists, despite the purity of blood, why not do it herself? And it's the first time we may have seen emotions on a machine, or the Awakened, as they call themselves. So, it was amusing. It was interesting. So, let us continue with Chapter 7, Part 3. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. You know what to do if you want me to continue on. Like the video. And if you're new to the channel, support my channel by clicking that subscribe button. As we're going to the Pioneers. And that is what they are. Even if there is no path. Even if there is no destination. I like that saying. So we're still in Laplace, in Lucy's office. Also, we may discover that a deathly silence. Until Enigma stumbles back, nearly falling over another person in the room.
She's dead.
Not really. The piston lies motionless on the ground, as lifeless as any other object.
This is what you wanted to show me?
His heart pounds in his ears as he pants, his fist clenched with the slickest
To watch her utter a curse that's always brought death, only to die in vain? And you just let it happen?
Ulrich looks at him, his voice poised and steady.
Calm down.
Please do.
Calm down. She's dead right there. You murderer.
You're getting too emotional. I'd
We
figure.
have already repeated this experiment many times.
And Miss Lucy, remember, you just paid attention to the body. Her real body is the piston. Really. Enigma is in disbelief.
Many times? What? You've sent people to their deaths over and over again?
No, idiot. I believe he's talking about Lucy. The ferrofluid flows again, forming a shape that Enigma can only interpret as disdain.
Look at you, Adler, peeing your pants over a curse. The human boy is so scared that he forgot to ask the crucial question. Did the ritual work?
But what do you mean? The curse. The side effect killed her. The experiment failed. Is that not what happened?
He
No.
understands.
Triggering the curse and failure are two separate things. I was the first one to recite the incantation, way before Dora.
Really?
When I read it aloud, it worked. I felt the warmth of a miraculous blessing on my head. Soft, light as a feather. I told Madame Lucy right away. But as soon as she left the room, the curse hit me, and I began to liquefy. There was no one else in the room. My liquid form had become too insubstantial to push the help button.
Ooh.
A long darkness followed. After that, I woke up again in my original primitive form. The way I first came into this world.
Original primitive form?
The ferrofluid pulsates, which in Ulrich's body language is a nod.
Unlike humans, the Awakened have neither flesh nor nerves. We are pieces of consciousness, echoes of a primordial melody that just happened to reside in material objects by chance. With a mind and a body combined, we could talk, learn, think like you do, and perform the experiment and endure the side effects. And this curse, for some reason, cannot affect the primal consciousness that caused our awakening in the first place. While human minds dissipate when their tangible bodies are destroyed, our minds reawaken regardless of the changes and destruction of our external bodies. Of course, this was an assumption based on idealized circumstances, and I needed another awakened being who could awaken in different bodies to confirm my theory. That is why I sought out Madame Lucy for cross-verification. The results?
Yes, it was an assumption. You said it yourself. You came back to life this time. But what about the next? Nothing is for sure in Arcanum. What if she never wakes up again? What if she dies for good?
He swats Enigma's hand away.
We know what we are doing, human. Stay out of this. Only the awakened can carry out the experiment. So we must proceed. This has nothing to do with race. It is a sense of duty that every researcher should have possessed when they chose this path. We have to go beyond the limit. Not out of madness, but out of rationality.
It is the only way, right? Silence fills the room, like the beginning of time when there was no sound to be heard. Then slowly the piston starts to spin.
We seem to have replicated effect number 2. And 117 of the Coleman Lab's protective rituals were proven ineffective.
It is so strange that she is a piston.
Write it down, Simone. This is the 4th time we have seen it. Also, number 45 and 69 are related to it. We need to speed up. This is too slow.
Yeah, I knew it. The lights are back on again, and the piston is placed into a new body. Being prepared for all possible outcomes requires a significant amount of metal material, but it is essential for data collection and analysis. With a soft hum, the robot turns ahead and looks at Enigma, surprised.
Adler, what are you doing here? I am glad to see you out of your room and working with us again.
Did she forget?
No, he's not on the team, Mum. He forced his way in here.
Oh? My apologies. I seem to lose a small amount of data when I reawaken.
She smiles at him, as she always does.
Still, I am glad that you are showing initiative, Adler. Were we supposed to talk?
No. We have nothing more to discuss, ma'am. Ulrich has filled me in on everything. But I still worry whether the experiment's risks were properly assessed.
Assessments will only be assessments. Much is beyond measure when it comes to Arcanum. Perhaps faith plays a more important role here.
Enigma is caught off guard by her words.
I'm surprised it is you talking about faith, ma'am.
It seems we both have the ability to surprise each other.
Yeah. As they speak, the robot strolls over to her chair and sits back down. My
You
God.
are right. Assessments could indeed be useful to us.
Again, look at her. All machine here, and she is still gorgeous. Sorry.
It allows us to know the probabilities of success and failure based on established facts and past experience. But when we find ourselves in uncharted darkness, with no information or past experience to guide us, how are assessments going to help us?
Not really. She ponders and stares into the void. Perhaps the experiment did fry some circuits. Ugh. She's more sentimental than...
The only thing we have in such darkness is the unwavering faith to move forward.
Again, I am caught off guard, and it's still going. I was trying to read this sentimental than usual, but I was yawning because it is late for me. But get this, guys. I have made 2, or at least about to make 3 videos in one freaking day. Maybe. This is my 3rd video in this day here. So, I guess I'll continue on Sunday, but oh well.
When the first steam engine whistled, I awoke into this world. At the beginning of this new life, my circuits were charged with a singular primal desire to progress. In the midst of that never-ending whistle, I have watched man build the towers of science and knowledge, and I have watched them unleash chaos and destruction. You too have been lost and deterred, but your engines of progress have never stopped churning. Always move forward, no matter the destination you told yourselves, until the storm brought everything to a standstill. But this is just a small setback. We are only back to the beginning where we stumble blindly.
Yeah.
And this time, I happen to have a cane.
She gives him a tender smile.
No need to worry about me. I will not shut down as long as there is still hope for progress. We have wasted a bit of time on data recovery. Come, Simone. Let us begin the next experiment. I hope to dissolve into paste this time, so we can easily handle it with a Coleman's ritual of transformation.
The human researcher knows that it'd be inappropriate for him to stay here any longer. Gritting his teeth, he moves toward the door, trying his best to leave the horrific scene behind him. Someone is waiting for him by the door.
Seen enough? We know what we are doing, and you are of no help here. It's been the same old story in this place for the past 8 years. When your faith crumbled during the storm, it was us who took over the place and cleaned up after you. It was us who got things back up and running, put coals in the hearth, and blazed a trail when everyone was lost in the dark. I know you may not understand the intricacies of the Arcanum, but please, show some basic respect for our efforts.
Will you do the experiments yourself, Ulrich?
Of course. I am not some emotional, unhelpful little punk.
Instead of his usual witty comeback, Enigma simply shakes his hand in a slow motion.
Do you still remember Adams?
A sudden question that seemed out of place. The ferrofluid crevice. The name seems to unearth memories that have been buried for 8 years in the confines of his institution.
Adams. Roman. Adolf. Sylvia. Albert. Louise. Those who were taken from us by the rain. Melvin. Francis. Caroline. Leopold. They volunteered for the field, but we never heard from them again. Now we have Dora, Richard, Dawkins, and Victor on the list. Life has a wicked sense of humor. My mentor, my classmates, my colleagues. Each of them deserved to live more than me. But they're all gone now. There's only me talking to you. Alive. Useless. Am I going to see your names on that list too, Ulrich?
In this rare moment, he lowers his head. But soon he raises his arms and slaps the man hard on the back.
Spare me the feelings, human. Though I will take back my sarcastic jabs at you, it is not something a leader should do. Madame Lucy talked to me about the importance of teamwork.
He awkwardly pats the human on the shoulder, a clumsy attempt at friendliness.
Go back to your room, Adler. The Arcanists will take over from here. Until we get the results, you won't be needed here.
Enigma heaves a breath.
I will say this, Ulrich. If you survive the experiments...
Alarmed by the opening words, Ulrich instinctively turns down his receiver to avoid hearing anything too warm. That would be more painful than suffering through 100 experimental side effects.
I will submit the sincerest application to never be on the same team as you again. So neither of us will have to worry about teamwork. How's that sound?
Haha.
A curve that almost resembles a smile appears on his face.
I will wait for that application, Adler.
Now, roll up your sleeves and clear your mind. This is not the time to grieve. If human reasoning and arcane knowledge are not enough on their own, Perhaps a combination of the two can solve this problem. The lab door is in shambles, its metal plate barely hanging on. A wooden sign reading "Keep Out" sways precariously, covered in bite marks and scratches. Are we going to meet with Medicine Pocket again? Enigma takes a moment before finally knocking on the door. A voice answers from within.
Who's there?
Adler Hoffman from the cryptography team. Is Medicine Pocket in? I heard that they wrote a paper on the linear correlation between the purity of an Arcanist bloodline and their power. Can I get some more details on the research?
The door creaks open to reveal a youthful face, but she is not the genius he is looking for. The lab technician looks at him through her glasses and hesitates a little.
The paper is here. Help yourself. Sorry about the stains on it. I just took it out of the trash. If you're looking for Medicine Pocket, I'm afraid they just left.
Left? To where?
There is a subtle conflict on her face. She is torn between covering for her colleague and following the rules. It is more than enough for him to catch on.
They left the building? Hasn't the countdown already begun?
Yes, and by regulations we are not to leave. But they said their new theory had to be verified in the storm.
What? Why is that music on there? It doesn't seem like it's fitting for that. Yet another clue. Another side effect defense research progress report. So, immediate death, no other symptoms, soluble in soil, hair modification, dispersion of consciousness, fluid allergy, persistent severe dehydration, proportional body shrinkage, embrittlement of the whole body, unstoppable, irreversible, avoid the ground, wear special footwear, shave head, and observe further, call out loud. A lot. Okay, another clue to this, whatever this is. Yeah. hours.
Fresh air, green grass, the dew, the mud. This is what I'm talking about. A better world.
They kick the muddy ground with the boot in ecstasy. The mud splatters on the Foundation staff member's jacket, but he remains professional and does not bat an eye.
Researcher Medicine Pocket, I must remind you that we are at the edge of the immunity zone to the storm. Once we cross the line, we will not only catch the storm syndrome, but also be taken by the storm at the end of the countdown.
The entrance to the Foundation headquarters is bustling with personnel. As the storm approaches, a long line of field investigators has formed at the gate, waiting to pass through security. Medicine Pocket groans as they spread their hands in frustration, clearly unhappy with how skilled the staff member is at avoiding confrontation.
I know that. How stupid do you think I am? Hey, isn't that Rudolph? The poor guy sent to Tunguska? Hey man, how was Siberia? Welcome back. Did you bring me any new research materials? Oh, you don't recognize me? You're breaking my heart. It's me, your best friend that you just met, Medicine Pocket.
Medicine Pocket's attempt to approach the line is quickly thwarted. The staff member has to particularly yank them back by their arms and legs.
Researcher, I must make clear that you only applied for 15 minutes outside for research purposes. Your countdown starts from the moment when you cross this line.
Okay, safety first, I know. Get off me, you're hurting my arms.
Medicine Pocket struggles desperately and finally manages to plant all four limbs back on the ground.
I'll bounce as soon as the storm syndrome hits. Even if I catch it, look at the syndromes of this era. Distorted faces, murderous intentions, obsession with war, rampage. What's got you so worried? They aren't that bad. Well, the melting faces part is kind of gross.
The staff member responds with a blank expression. Medicine Pocket shrugs, they kneel down and open up a leather case. One week is more than enough for a genius like them to upgrade an old apparatus. This is the second version of the sampling device for asymmetrical nuclide R, boasting improved sensitivity compared to its predecessor.
I really wanted to test this in Vienna. Oh well, better than nothing. Alright, now, I'm gonna walk a little further from the immunity zone so the samples are easier to gather. The ideal distance is 1,500 kilometers, but, oh, don't worry, not gonna do that. Even I can't run that fast.
They hold the sampling device in their hands and step across the boundary. Behind them, the staff member starts his timer, a skeptical look on his face.
Now behold, the important moment. When I prove the dorks in Laplace wrong about asymmetrical nuclide R.
The room is as dark as Dusty when Enigma last saw it, but to him, it's a sanctuary. The towering piles of files and outdated equipment immediately isolate him from the rest of the world. Finally, he is back in his fortress.
Now, hypothetically, if the storm research were to succeed, two things should have been done.
He scribbles quickly on the dusty whiteboard. One, safe usage of the ritual of Arcanist, mass production of the ritual for humans.
And to find out the safe way to use it, we have to...
have the power to wield it. Minimize the side effects.
This is what Lucy was thinking. The Awakened met the casting requirements of the incantation, and Ulrich succeeded, while the other Arcanists did not feel the same miraculous blessing like he did. So as long as we eliminate the side effects, they'll be able to inscribe the incantation and mass produce it for the humans. One problem is, only the Awakened can carry out the experiments, and there's not many of them around. It'll take too long. There's no way to do this in 24 hours. Heck, it could take months or even years. There must be something else we can do.
But you are not an Arcanist. Why should you play by their rules?
Yes, that's right. Let's try a different approach. What if I start with the desired outcome and work backwards to the question?
Okay. He crosses out the second step.
The quickest and most efficient way to save everyone is to make them qualified casters of the ritual. They won't even need protective equipment if we can do that. The challenge is, how do we qualify the casting requirements?
He looks at the papers on his desk in desperation.
Medicine Pocket's theory is correct, and there's enough data and supplementary experiments to back it up. The power of Arcanists is directly tied to the purity of their bloodline, which is associated with the special cells in their bodies. Using arcane skills reduces the activity of the cells, but the Picasma extract can reactivate them for extended casting. However, the extract only provides endurance, not power. It is physiologically impossible for a low-ranked Arcanist to cast a high-ranked skill. That's the reality of it. If we were to compare the power of Arcanists to household appliances, let's say their normal voltage is 230 volts, and if the storm immunity ritual were a high-voltage source of 1,000 volts, no, millions of volts, like lightning, the household appliances would be destroyed in an instant.
He is used to simplifying complicated arcane jargon into relatable examples for practical application.
As for the humans, they're not even in the picture. We cannot cast to begin with, and I personally didn't feel any blessing or curse when I recited half of the incantations that day.
He falls back into his chair, rubbing his temple. The researcher struggles against his defeatist mindset, but the hopelessness is hard to ignore.
Think, how can I get everyone to meet the casting requirements of the ritual? Forget what's theoretically impossible. The Arcanum never gave a damn about certainties. I've been reminded plenty that logic does not apply to things like this.
Irritated, he pushes the papers aside and pulls a book of Arcanum from the mountain of clutter.
What about shortcuts? Are there records of transcendental rites? Significant celestial events? Sacrificial offerings? or even Numa emanating ingredients that could boost the user's casting abilities. Wait, Numa emanating?
A thought flashes across his mind.
Where have I seen that word before?
He rushes to the bookshelf and starts rummaging through the dusty volumes.
It was in the files Ulrich told me to read. The Timekeeper's report from the Aegean Sea. Those islanders call the storm the emanation. Why? The emanation. Emanation.
And connecting. The emanation is connecting.
Just what is emanating out?
I just got my ear. The door swings open with a loud bang, causing him to jump in surprise. The towering stack of books next to the door tumbles over as if nudged by an invisible force. Then he hears a familiar sound, shuffling footsteps from the hallway outside, sticky and wet. Another cryptographer! Oh no!
What the? Dawkins, I hope you know this is not the time to catch up. That is if you're able to talk at all. No! Let go! I've just come up with an idea! Leave me alone!
He braces himself against the desk, straining to resist being thrown out of the room. He squirms across, stretching his fingers until he finally reaches the red button.
Somebody! Help!
Oh boy, we're gonna fight Mud again. Mud fight!
Together to conquer this great wave. Experience
Storm,
moving.
space, and order.
Bask in the sunlight.
Eliminate target.
The connection, form, space, and a golden ratio.
Faraday's miracle.
I've confirmed that this adheres to the precepts.
Thunder attack.
No, loading.
Connection between numbers.
Keep up the pace.
Barrage.
Fly, my numerical friends.
Thunder attack.
Experience
Form,
fuels knowledge.
space, and fluidity and fluctuation. A hypothesis of truth.
Together, we are here.
Yay.
Yet another proof nearing perfection.
Eh?
You're not really here for revenge. And it wasn't you who pushed away the books and opened the door. The invisible ghost. Victor, did you do that?
Wait, Victor's here? The colossal muddy gingerbread man. No, it's surprisingly docile. Beside him, a whiteboard marker in the air begins to write down right on the wall. It's me. Then the marker turns its tip and points at the door. Eh. Enigma does as his friend suggests, and I couldn't read that fast. Walks into the hallway. Outside, people are talking and laughing with genuine joy in their faces.
Ah, Researcher Adler!
A figure in shiny uniform suddenly stops nearby. Enigma recognizes her as the unfortunate colleague who works with Medicine Pocket.
What happened? Any progress?
Yes, Researcher Medicine Pocket has proved their theory right. They have successfully found the asymmetrical nuclide R in the air before the storm, even if only a trace.
What did you say?
They came up with the idea because the nuclide was initially found in the raindrop samples of the storm. They deduced it also exists in the air before the storm occurs, like the water droplets in the atmosphere before rain. So now, we can extract it directly from the air, without waiting for the timekeeper to bring the raindrops to us. This will help us a lot in the mass production of the protective gear.
She trails off as she notices the look on his face.
No way. The emanation. Asymmetrical nuclide R. She was right. The ritual works. Any arcanist can use it. And the solution was right in front of us. I didn't need to boost the caster's abilities. With the right setup and materials, the world before the storm is already an enormous stage for performing the ritual. It's like a charged pylon just needing a cable.
Mr. Adler?
The man slips past her and starts running toward the other end of the corridor.
Thank you, Miss Whoever. And thanks for letting me know, Dawkins and Victor.
The technician looks around but sees no one. Nearby, a muddy head and a floating pen emerge from the door. Well, that's probably another new day. Enigma makes his way to the airlock door.
It's me, Ulrich. Let me in. I need to see Madame Lucy. Tell her I found a way to transcend the limit.
Well, one positive thing after another, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yet another clue, and that is from the Medicine Pocket's nuclide sampling device. We could just probably just read it all here. At the very least, we all now have a better understanding on how home appliances work, which, good analogies, maybe. The storm speech. I wonder what the speech will entail.
We don't have time. I'll spare you the technicalities and explain it straight.
He pops off the marker cap and draws a few lines on the board, exuding confidence with every stroke.
Our biggest problem is the limit of the bloodline. Low-rank arcanists can't command high-rank arcane rituals. Similar to how household appliances can't withstand what's beyond their designated voltage. In most cases, the caster can only use their own arcane circuits that run through their inherited bloodline. But what if the caster were in a special electric field? What if we used existing circuits on the outside and put the caster into a greater circuit? What if we factored in the entire planet and used the atmosphere to split the current flowing through us by adding more appliances to the circuit?
Don't be ridiculous, Adler. We are not household appliances.
The ferrofluid frowns, questioning the premises of Enigma's proposal.
Hold on, let me finish.
Lucy listens without a word, giving him some courage to go on. He draws a big circle next to the little person on the board.
24 hours before the storm, the entire world is charged with abundant arcane energy. It becomes a space emanating pneuma, a cloud ready to discharge, a special electric field. Look at asymmetrical nuclide R. The key to the storm immunity was inside the storm all along. And look at how the Mandragora is the antidote to its own poison. The solution can be hidden in the question itself. The arcane energy a caster inherently lacks can be borrowed from the surroundings during the storm. We just need a way to induct that energy. And Laplace happens to have all the data for the calculations. The observation systems we've built over the past 8 years have not been in vain. First, we derive a formula to determine the pneuma needed from the storm based on the Arcanist lineage. Then, we'll design a converter to transform the external pneuma into what they can use. They will no longer be bound by their limits. With just one calculation and one conversion, we can turn anyone into a capable caster.
He excitedly stretches out his arms and ends his epic monologue. It is a good thing that emotions cannot be read on an awakened being's face.
I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time listening to you. What are you saying, Adler? You made up a confusing story, then drew conclusions from it.
The second part is purely theoretical, I admit. But the basis of my theory is correct, and I have read Medicine Pocket's paper.
But Arcanum is not electricity! You're too caught up in your excitement to remember the basics. You know nothing about Arcanum.
It's still a form of energy, yes? No one here knows what the storm is, but we do know that it's a massive arcane energy field. We can harness it, much like Arcanists use arrays to amplify their incantations.
I see what researcher Adler is trying to say. A creative solution indeed.
The director gets up from her chair and intervenes.
But ma'am...
Do not worry, Ulrich. I also have noticed that humans could be smart and stupid at the same time. Perhaps that is why they need to have their work peer-reviewed.
Thanks?
She nods amicably, pleased that her recently improved interpersonal skills have come in handy.
There is a type of electrophotography invented by Semyon Kurlian and his wife Valentina Kurlian in 1939 that depicts the energy field surrounding an object or body. It was later used by Laplace as a method of measuring arcane power, notably for the storm observation systems. Through it, we are able to capture and measure the arcane light or aura that is invisible to the naked eye.
Wasting no more time on meditation, the robot comes to a conclusion.
The plan of researcher Adler is feasible. Laplace also has the technology to support it. We have the storm observation stations, the capable casters, and the best mathematicians. Ulrich, please ask Miss Titer to lead the calculations, then experiment outside the safe zone and record the Pneuma constant needed for casting the incantation. And do not give the incantation to anyone. I doubt they can resist trying it.
Ulrich lets out a reluctant hum and leaves the room as instructed.
Simone, please contact Researcher X. His balancing helmet could be the prototype for our converter. That helmet balances the energy field in and out of our bodies, and was once used to protect researchers working with dangerous arcane skills. We could boost its power and use it as a substitute for Adler's converter. But we should postpone their testing request until we have completed our experiments on the side effects.
Her assistant gives a quick nod and begins drafting the notice. The tasks are quickly assigned to the right people in less than a minute. Only one person seems to have been left out.
What about me, ma'am? Should I go with the calculations team or help with the converter?
He takes a tentative step forward, curious about his role in his endeavor.
Right. I wanted to talk about that. You have proven to us the value of human thoughts and perspectives. I am glad that your struggles with the bottle did not damage your brain, Adler. I am confident that your discoveries will save many lives in the storm once implemented.
The bottle? But it's been 7 years.
She just keeps on smiling.
But you overlooked one thing in your plan. What about your people? The humans who can never cast incantations.
An apt question.
They were not included in the plan. I just came up with something that took the least steps to reach the desired outcome. To save humans, they'll have to rely on equipment. Only when we have better control over the ritual can we store it on arcane devices for mass production.
Then you should go perfect it.
Huh? We only have 16 hours and 30 minutes until the storm. There's not enough time to...
The feasible part of your plan is in motion, and all of Laplace will provide the help we need. We will make it work. As for yourself, perfect your plan so we can save everyone, including the humans. And we only have 16 hours and 30 minutes to find a solution.
No time to waste, guys. The directions are given. Clear, precise, with no room for ambiguity.
Understood. I will think of something. You're right about this one.
He turns and walks away with long purposeful strides. Behind Lucy, Simone has finished drafting.
There was no way he overlooked his own race. Yet, he still gave up his own people and brought this plan to us. Were we too hard on him?
Were we?
She turns nonchalantly and sits back in her chair.
But I made the right decision.
The eternal line rings. The assistant puts down the list of side effects and grabs the phone.
Yes. Yes. We will provide the tech support.
She ends the call with a grave expression on her face.
It was Xeno, Mom. They lost contact with Team Timekeeper 3 hours ago. They're asking us for tech support. They have to make contact with the island immediately.
Yeah. While we're going back to the island... Sophia? The mind shrinks and floats in an ocean of lethargy. A piece of driftwood would be well timed.
Don't worry, Sophia. It is just a game. I won't be in there for long. You can wait for me on the beach if you want, okay?
The wood dissolves into foam.
No! 37! Don't!
Wake up! I keep forgetting the flashes. She wakes up on a cold piece of rock.
Where? What happened?
It looks like those crazies have started bombing. Damn Viennas. In the game. Not literal Fiennans, okay? Sorry. No mean offense. But you gotta understand the situation here. They are affected by the syndrome, driven to conflict. So, yeah, it makes sense. So, this is the application of the storm immunity. Right. God bless Franklin, indeed. Benjamin Franklin? Ooh, okay, I see. Fires, some planes, and bomb craters, and dead bodies. And Sophia surrounded by dead bodies. Okay, this is gonna be very bad in this one. Very, very, very bad. Someone get the dog of war. There's a lot of destroyed rocks. Yeah. The smell of gunpowder hangs heavy in the air. The once magnificent columns are now reduced to rubble and irregular stones. Blood rings in her ear, drowning out all other sounds. Why?
I remember now. The island fell ill, and 6 summoned all the integers to the cleansing ceremony. 37. She went to Apiron. They tended to their missions. I went to the square to pray for them, and then there was an earthquake.
Oh no. Warplanes thunder above, whipping up debris and the girls' garments in their passing.
The human army? Wasn't the Foundation mediating the disputes? Did they betray us?
I don't think so. Calm now, Sophia. Your soul is
I need
imbalancing
to
toward
calm
the
down.
excess.
I need to find the others.
I was trying to read.
Slow down and breathe. Stability is an essential virtue to becoming an integer. Okay. Let's clean up the place first.
She places a hand on the brass ruler in at erased and pious as ever. She begins to recite the incantation.
Ena efteregromot mima. Schematizete otan anosume dios simia.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
The incantation didn't work? Did they fail to perform the cleansing ceremony?
What? I don't know. What? I can't read that. What does this say? She stands frozen for what seems like an eternity, disoriented and unsure. It feels like her world has crumbled beneath her feet, but then she notices a familiar figure in the distance. Who?
Is that 42?
Was 42. The man struggles to stand, rambling to the emptiness around him.
No one survives the oblivion.
His hysteria is acting up again. I should help.
And...
Die, you lunatics! This is our land! Right from the beginning!
Crazy ass. Yeah, when the smoke clears, 42 is gone. Oh, he got bombed. Are you kidding me?
No. No! Be calm. Be stable. Think.
Dude, she's getting traumatized over this. I cannot read this fast, so... yeah.
I have to go check on him. I can do this.
Everything is a number. Everything is a number. Everything is a number.
Stay calm. He is just...
He is fractured. He's... you know, if he's blown to pieces... I hate to say that. I hate to joke. Maybe he became a fraction. Get it? I joke. Too soon.
He is divided into 2 numbers. 6 and 7.
Well, or he got divided. It's a fancy way of saying he got blown to bits. You can't calculate. Just let it out.
I have to find the others. I have to tell them about 42.
Sophia!
What are you doing here?
She hears a recognizable voice coming from the ruins. Up on the hill, a woman raises her hand and calls to her.
Get to the shelter! Into that...
Oh, and she died too.
Miss 18... No. I can't... This can't be happening.
Uh-oh. Well.
I have to keep it together. Move. Sophia. Get to the cave. Find... Sophia.
Oh no. A quiet sob comes from the bushes. A child covers in the foliage, shaking in terror.
I'm so scared. Everyone's gone crazy. It's okay. I got you. Come out now, Lacey. We will go find the others.
But the child stares at her in a panic, hugging her knees even closer to her chest.
No, I don't want to see them. They will go crazy. Everyone.
A droplet of paint emerges on her face. She's got the syndrome. No.
Lacey? Your face.
But Lacey brushes her hand away. She turns around and runs deeper into the forest.
Her soul has tilted toward excess. This is wrong. I am the corrector. I have to help her, or she'd get herself killed. I have to right the wrongs here.
Yeah, I am very concerned.
Experience
Connection
loading.
between numbers.
Bask in the sunlight.
The golden ratio.
Faraday's miracle. Charging.
Form,
Loading.
space, and order.
Barrage.
Fly, my numerical friends.
Eliminate target. Shell.
Comprehensible.
Damage. No experience.
Connection
Use
between
knowledge.
numbers.
Devote yourselves to one another. Splash in the water. I must push on.
Incorrect.
Charging. Glisten in the
Space, and
sunlight.
order.
The sparkling of the sea, the shimmering of scales. There is always a light to follow. The light that illuminates all.
Go away. Incorrect.
Oh, come on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Loading.
I've been silenced. I can't heal.
Eliminate target.
You've gotta be joking. Heal a bit faster, please.
Shell. Damage.
Yes, thank you, 37. Woo. Lucy, my girl.
Surface.
Beneath
Not
the
in
water.
proper. Drives progress.
Oh.
Fluidity and fluctuation. A hypothesis of truth.
Be blessed by the division, and I
I,
realized
robot. Child of science.
it's only stage 1.
Together, we are fearless.
Yeah, reinforced. Let's just create new ones then. See if I get any health.
No, loading. Drives progress. This is for us all.
Really?
Splash in the water. Target confirmed. I must push on.
The connection
Charging.
between
Glisten in the
numbers.
sunlight. The sparkling of the sea. The shimmering of scales. There is always a light to follow.
Beholds the phenomenal world.
The light that illuminates all.
Nice. Ooh.
I remember it's called...
Yeah. The world is warping, painted over with vibrant oil hues. Her headache is splitting. Each step feels like walking on lava.
Come on, Sophia. Keep yourself together. Keep your soul in balance.
She closes her eyes and breathes. Tilt not toward the excess. God, this whole situation is ridiculous. Lacey has gone out of sight. Only her sobs remain to haunt her mind. Something needs to be done.
37. I must find her. I promised it to her. She is going to be fine. She's a prime number. And prime numbers are not as divisible as the others.
Yeah, it's like... this whole thing is just traumatizing. This whole thing is just intense, and I feel so sorry for Sophia right now. She is suffering a lot more.
She will pass the test of Apiron and receive the transcendental truth. For she is the genius, the wise one, who returns. We will right the wrongs and restore things to how they were.
Because that is the salvation promised by the truth. Again, the word salvation keeps ringing. But take heart, the race of men is also blessed with divinity, for nature has already revealed her secrets to them. Once you understand this blessing, you will easily achieve all that is set upon you. You will heal your soul, and be freed from evil and suffering, the golden verses. And don't look at the light. A ray of light breaks through the darkness.
Sophia! You really waited for me? What happened to your clothes? Did you fall on your way
Has
here?
she not noticed the chaos? Oh, as always, she tilts her head curiously. She has not yet seen the chaos of war. She remains innocent, untouched by the dust of the phenomenal world.
37. I'm so glad to see you. You passed the test. You did it.
You seem emotional. Why? I told you it wasn't going to be difficult.
37. Things don't seem right out there.
Sophia desperately grabs 37's arm.
37, you have seen Apiron, right? You asked the question, didn't you?
37 blinks to focus to spare a glance at the world outside, for she is busy sharing her findings with a close friend.
Yes, and I got the answer. The answer that will save us from the emanation once and for all. And the answer is...
I wonder what it is. It's the truth that transcends everything. The answer that will save everyone. And the last and final hope. The moment she has been waiting for. What is it?
Is that it?
What? What was it?
The one true answer from Apiron is a string of numbers?
Total disbelief. I think she's in denial. 37 nods, having just recited the last number.
Yes, because the transcendental truth is beyond the limits of our mortal flesh. It cannot be described by words, seen by eyes, interpreted by logic, or perceived by the senses. It is passed to us in a form we can understand. Numbers.
I think Sophia is going to snap.
This is the key to the truth. Give me some time and I can decode it.
Have you seen what's around you, girl? Warplanes still roar in the sky. Smoke still chokes the air. Her lungs burn with every breath she takes. Time is ticking and people are dying. Helplessly, mercilessly.
Time. 37. How long do you need?
Oh no.
A month or a week. I will spend all my time working on it. It is not an easy question. Could be the hardest one I've ever dealt with in my life. But I will get there.
It's scary how she is oblivious.
And then we will be freed from all these problems once and for all. Even if we don't know its meaning yet, it will eventually lead us to the kingdom of truth.
She stops her enthusiastic explanation and looks at her friend worriedly.
Sophia? Why are you crying?
I would cry too, because it's not the answer she was looking for. Sophia looks up at her. Tears stream down her cheeks.
That long? 37. A truth that distant won't change. What's in front of us now?
She breaks free from her friend's grasp and races into the smoke and dust of the phenomenal world. And the dam
Sophia?
cracks. Yeah.
Sophia!
Yeah. She no longer knows why she's running. She no longer knows the purpose of her existence. She only knows of the wild, fiery sensation rising in her chest. Why is everything a number?
No.
Is this the truth? Is this the answer?
Calm yourself, Sophia.
Even if the truth can keep people from the wheel of birth, what good is it for those already in it?
I have to.
You seem astray, child.
Just in the nick of time! The right place, the right time Arcana is in. A detached figure looks on from the ruins of the beach, unperturbed by the chaos.
And sad. What pains you so? Has the truth not graced thee with its miracles?
Yeah, I was right. Between the trailer for Chapter 8 and from the situation that is now. Okay, so we got another clue. Notification on design a simplified balancing helmet. Yeah. So, I think I may be right about one thing. I believe that Sophia may join the Manus Vindictae because her world just got shattered. Her purpose, her faith, broke. Like, literally. All because a bunch of humans affected by the Storm Syndrome, and because of their current beliefs before they got affected. They're mad. And Sophia suffered even before. She was not an arcane, she's just a human being. I think she is an arcanist, but she is not a number. She was not chosen for it. And she struggled her entire life to find a purpose in this island, even if anyone scrutinizes her. And then this happens. The bombs. The chaos. The syndrome. It's too much. And then, like a... I don't know how to describe it. Like some sort of thing that waits for something. Arcana just shows up at the right moment in the right time. I think she was waiting for Sophia the entire time. Maybe. But then again, it's going to have to wait until the next day. So it is 11 for me, and I will have to see you guys in the next day. Okay, from the looks of this picture, I say the situation has gotten absolutely worse. And I think me and 37, and I think Sophia might have been recruited by Manus Vindictae's Arcana. And I believe that is 37 on the pedestal. I truly believe that there is a concept of they are still alive if they are playable. And for the looks of it, he looks like he is dead. I don't know. I guess there's a fork in the road somewhere, right? Yeah. 37 stands dazed on the beach. She looks around at the familiar island. The once pristine shores are now cluttered with the debris of human weapons.
How did this happen?
Now you notice.
I passed the test. I was granted the truth. I have the answer with me.
And the price has paid. And I think 37 knew. Like he mentioned in the last video, the emanation would eventually get to the island. The protection is gone. And I guess humanity knew the island where it was. And since they are affected by the syndrome and their Viennans and warmongering Viennans, and I'm not sure, in that timeline, yeah, they think any territory that is unknown to anybody belongs to them, which is weird. So yeah, delirium, madness, and warmongering. So
what did I do wrong?
Nothing. You just paid the price for the truth, for the answer.
No, 37. None of this was your fault. Hysteria has come to this island, and people are caught up in it. It is the storm syndrome, taking the form of war.
The mind is growing increasingly tense. The situation has gone far beyond expectations. And we only have about 16 hours.
Has it been 6 hours since we entered the cave?
Probably.
A strange dream. It lasted longer than I thought.
It did. I mean, it did last about almost 10 minutes for me. 6 gave 2 hours to leave, and now 6 hours have gone by. But the islanders and visitors are all too wrapped up in their own misery to notice.
This is bad. The plan we have with Zeno.
This objective is of the utmost importance. But where is the team now?
27. I have to go.
I have to find Sophia.
She dashes into the forest desperately, searching for any sign of her red-headed friend. Just as she goes further, a faint call stops her.
37.
There he is. Oh my gosh, look at him. I think he lost an arm. Wow.
6, you seem...
Divided? The leader looks even paler than usual. His robe is in tatters and his crown is covered with dirt. He rests on his back against a broken pillar, gazing up at her.
Have you passed the test? On what question did you seek its knowledge? And what answer did it give you?
Stunned by everything she's just been through, 37 recites the numbers for the 3rd time, still a little dazed. He listens intently and falls into silence.
6, weren't you going to perform the cleansing ceremony? And Sophia, she...
Oh my god, poor 37. 37 trails off as she notices the dark fluid seeping from his robe.
Please come up to me, Miss Verton. I wish to have a word with you.
His voice is gentle, but his expression is grave. A gash runs across his stomach. His robe is soaked in crimson.
50 strides from here, on the semicircle square, you will find your friends and the rest of our people. I have done as much cleansing as I could. If nothing goes wrong, they will regain consciousness soon.
May I know what happened during the cleansing ceremony? 37 and I each had a bizarre dream after the earthquake. Did everyone on the island fall asleep too?
I assume. Yeah, that's gonna have to be confirming yes.
The island's order is forged by our faith. And now that faith has been broken, that is all there is to it.
What did you say?
Upon our arrival, I sensed a large-scale ritual surrounding the island. Is that the circle you kept talking about? Was it broken during the ceremony?
No, the ceremony was just a ceremony. It was never the source of our faith.
Our journey was ended by the same thing that began it, Miss Verton.
He whispers softly without looking at 37.
Which is the truth.
The waves crash onto the shore, bringing debris from the plains with them.
It doth not surprise me. The wise, so blinded by their pursuit of knowledge, they oft neglect the harshness of reality. A common downfall of the contemplative. Pray tell, in the midst of such overwhelming destruction, where has their vaunted wisdom gone? And what good does it bring in this final hour?
God.
I can hear thy weeping and bellowing within, Miss Sophia. Many a time you have knelt at the temple of truth, devoted yourself, prayed for your people, and withstood the tribulations set upon you, all for the betterment of others. Thy character is without reproach.
She lifts her hands smiling. Above, the war of warplanes persists.
Yet the truth has never deemed you worthy, has it?
No, that's not...
I had a cough. She wants to leave, but her feet are rooted in sand. She wishes to defy, but her body refuses to budge. And where would she possibly go after all this?
You shall be granted a greater opportunity, a blessing that befits thy devotion.
Her unsettling tone causes the girl to instinctively step back.
No, that's a violation of the scripture. We shouldn't.
The scripture? Yet you were never truly counted as one of them, do you not agree? As evidenced by the decision that truth hath made.
What? A message to the bottle?
No one escapes their fate, as ever.
Convenient. A message in the bottle. What does it say? Route 2. What? Is she at Route 2?
I don't understand.
Oh my god. She looks at 6, eyes wide in disbelief. He has just effectively declared that their faith is dead.
I know the answer given to Mama was right. The transcendental law is gone and the supreme existence is in chaos. This caused our model to fail and allowed the discord in the phenomenal world to affect the essence of things. But did the truth really fall apart? Chaos is also a form of truth, is it not? Just like how irrational numbers are numbers. Despite our dislike of them, they still exist and cannot be denied.
She steps forward hoping for an answer.
But how? How did this become the destruction of our people's faith?
Six still does not look at her.
You will hear no answer from me, 37, for that is not the question worthy of your attention. Do you still remember what you answered to me in the cave?
She nods, holding back the whirlwind of questions in her mind. She kneels beside him and takes his hand in hers, gazing at him with a tense focus. Her eyes are still glittering like the stars above, unaffected by the tumultuous waves below.
That would be enough, then.
There's a hint of relief in his tone.
Don't waste your time on the collapse of the faith. Don't question yourself because others think differently. Walk on, onto the path you have chosen. You have done nothing wrong.
This is a lesson that takes time to understand. No one that can be grasped so quickly. Wait, one that can't be grasped so quickly. She blinks softly, holding the lesson close to her heart.
Miss Verton, I'm afraid I must trouble you for a favor.
He weakly places his hand over the wound and a faint glow in his arcane power coalesces in his palm. But the glow lasts only for a moment, like a shooting star disappearing into the night.
As you can see, I can hardly take part in this matter for any longer. Should the situation turn for the worse, please take 37 to safety and assist her in decoding the numbers.
You have my word.
It is a weighty request with unspoken implications. The leader nods, looking onto the distant ruins. His empty blue eyes are getting dimmer by the minute.
We are born facing a choice. Either we restrain ourselves and strive for harmony and discipline, or succumb to destruction fueled by passion and madness. Though the former may be challenging, the latter will only plunge us into eternal darkness. From 1 to 10, each number has its moral purpose and mission. Among them, only 6 was chosen to be the leader.
Because 6 stands for balance.
Yes, we must pay heed to the balance between passion and reason, so as to stay on the right path and not be led astray by the calling of our blood. For generations, we committed ourselves to the scripture and stayed true to what we pledged. We left the trivialities and troubles of the phenomenal world behind, and served the supreme existence with the fruits of our knowledge. This kind of faith was how the island prospered, and it was the source of our salvation. Through diligent practice and contemplation, we managed to remain secluded and independent from the rest of the world.
The irrational numbers that your people rarely appreciate, are they faced with a different path? A path of passion and madness?
The leader nods slightly, acknowledging her speculation.
We have been long isolated from the outside world by one emanation after another. 4 years ago, we tried to seek proof in the outside world, but failed. We regrettably lost some of our best scholars and friends in the process. However, it was not the failed attempt that led to this upsetting situation, but a crisis from within. Now with our ship capsized and our scale fallen, I am no longer able to reconcile the tilt of people's hearts and souls. We will be divided. The fanatics from the foreign lands can finally spread their hatred amongst the ruins of our shattered beliefs.
I will stop Manus Vindicte.
6 closes his eyes. His face is now as pale as the pillar
Forget
behind him.
not your promise, Miss Verton.
Footsteps approach from the distance. 6 recognizes them. They are the fractions who weren't taken to the cleansing ceremony and apprentices still seeking their numbers. But they are dressed completely different now.
6.
Oh my god.
We came to bid you farewell.
So, they've finally chosen sides, huh?
Everything happened here proves you to be an incapable leader. Your preachings of moderation and reconciliation were nothing but excuses for cowardice. Where were you when the humans dropped bombs on us? What did your cleansing do to help us? If those virtues are meant to be the virtues of an integer, then I would prefer to be a fraction.
Please listen. The integers were unconscious during the attack because the ceremony was...
Out of my way, 37. You knew nothing about what happened. You were in that cave having fun with your little games. The envoy from Manus Vindicte was right. We have grown too complacent on the island and have forgotten how to fight. We foolishly believed that staying out of conflicts would guarantee us everlasting peace. Now, open your eyes to the humans' atrocities against us. How can we not seek revenge for our spilled blood? We must act and reclaim what was taken from ours. That is the true meaning of salvation.
Their anger continues to escalate. 37 shakes her head, firmly refusing to back down.
It is true that I was absent earlier, but please listen to me. Everything will get better because I already have the truth with me.
The truth? What good will it do right now? Will it drive out the humans? Will it reclaim our home? Will it bring back our deceased friends? Pasastas ortas gonias isas alilesine.
The man recites an incantation, a simple spell derived from the truth that anyone in Hyperion could cast on the first day. But now that the faith has crumbled, the radiance is no longer there.
What salvation did your truth bring when steel pierced our chests? Manus Vindicte granted us the power to fight back. What did the Foundation do?
One angry crash after another, sticky, slimy fluids seep through their masks.
Don't waste your time with these integers. The Foundation's envoy is here. It is clear they have taken the side of the humans. Kill the envoy, cut off her head, and bring it to our mother.
What? The mask has robbed them of reason. There's no point in talking further. Take 6 to safety, 37. I'm the one they are after.
Then how are you going to...
I will meet with Sinetto at the square. Miss Radio is with them, and we will contact our people from there. Don't worry. We had a plan against the Manus, and we can still carry it out. Now, on my mark, run!
Yeah. Boy.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
So now we got Manus.
I never get tired of this one.
Keep up the pace.
As long as you hit the target.
Keep calm.
Easy there. Easy there.
Fine. I never get tired of this one.
Please,
Just a gentle blow. Whoosh. Too shabby.
We must push on. No experience fuels knowledge.
Perfectly understood.
Devote yourselves to one another. Splash in the water.
Feel my dark embrace.
No, stress
Hi,
progress.
Master.
Together, we are here.
Stay back, I say. Is that really the best you have to offer?
But no.
The sparkling of the sea, the shimmering of scales. There is always a light to follow.
Sweet dreams.
Ooh.
Experience fuels knowledge. Knowledge drives progress.
Perfectly understood.
Bask in the sunlight. This is for us all.
Feel my dark embrace.
Time to flex these
Experience
muscles.
fuels knowledge.
Watch and learn, kids.
Devote yourselves to one another.
Please, allow me.
Why did you seal? Damn it.
Perfectly understood.
I never get tired of this one.
Stay back, I say.
Easy as pie. What's a veteran without his gun? Not too shabby. Finally, my turn, huh?
Shall I, Master?
Just a gentle blow.
Keep calm.
power to punish Hell's Gates! The sparkling of the sea, the shimmering of scales. There is always a light to follow. Sweet dreams!
Time to flex this muscle. Watch and learn, kids!
Keep up the pace. There, my dark embrace.
There we go.
Our courage and determination brought us victory.
Alright, so I'm going to do one more, and oh, look at this. Look at this here. A Greek tragedy, they call it. See a bunch of Manus here, some dead numbers. I think 37 is on the ground unconscious, and Sophia. She's already switched outfits, and yeah. So, wow. Wow. Yeah, they made choices. The world is a door to 1,000 ruins, desolate and cold, for those who have lost. What have you lost are long in the void. Vereinsamt by Friedrich. Is that an actual quote? The flames of war rage along the shore. Humans, Manus Vindicti, and Hyperion believers, all consumed by madness. The paints from their storm syndrome have bled into the sea, creating a disordered mixture of colors. The flash of artillery and the glow of Arcana collide. Dead, infected sea creatures litter the shore, like a tableau of an abstract painting.
Where are you going, 37?
The sightless woman inquires with concern. Under her care, the leader's bleeding has finally ceased.
Please take care of 6 for me, Madam Marta.
So that's how he's saved.
I have to go find Sophia.
I don't think you're gonna like what she's become. Not caring about anything else, she runs into the smoke. Gunfire and explosions fill the air. The angry battle cries of former Hyperion believers, now in Manus attire, echo in all directions.
Die, humans!
Ooh. The explosion knocks her off balance. She stumbles onto a gravel. A pair of hands reaches out to her.
Are you alright, 37? Can you get on your feet?
Sophia!
Uh-oh. Finally, the voice she's been searching for fills her with relief. She happily reaches for her hands, but stops abruptly, uncertain.
Did you change your clothes?
Oh no. God. Okay, I will admit, some Manus attire looks really good. I do like the black gold with a tinge of blue here. But, yeah, it's sad for her now. Her faith is broken. She is not a number. And she lost everything. And now, I guess she's got one thing left, and that's believing in the Manus. I guess. She pushes down the cacophony of emotions swelling inside her. Where to begin?
I have found my number, 37. Your calculation was correct. As always.
You found it! That's good!
Why are you getting excited? She accepts the news without hesitation, her face lighting up with a genuine smile.
I always wanted to tell you. It is a great number. The number of a herald, prophet, and pioneer. When it was first discovered, mathematics was nearly destroyed.
Why?
But luckily, it also spurred advancements in the field.
She stops, no longer rambling on about numbers, and sincerely gazes into her friend's emerald eyes.
Are we still friends, Sophia?
I don't know anymore. To be honest, I don't know. Sophia smiles, smiling that she's still the same even now. She knows so much, yet she knows so little.
Yes, 37. We still are.
That's the saddest thing, to be honest.
But there are more important matters I must tend to.
A bomber howls over their heads, the pilot laughing hysterically. The plane is covered in thick layers of paint. its wings curled and twisted.
This is ours! The land we discovered!
The pilot has spotted 2 targets on the barren rocks below, with 2 explosives prepared for release. Sophia does not flinch or retreat. Instead, her fingers wrap gently around the tiny idol. The bomber detonates in the sky, taking the young pilot with it.
Sophia, your power and your luck.
I must leave now, 37. Lady Arcana has shown me another path.
No! No! Why are you leaving too? Is it because our circle has been broken? But I found the truth. I have the final solution. Just give me a little more time and everything will be fine again, I promise.
I don't think it will be. They rather believe in the now rather than the future. Damn. She closes her eyes. The scripture still lingers in her mind. There are 3 kinds of people who come to the Olympic Games. The lowest class is made up of those who came to buy and sell, and the next above them are those who came to compete. But the most esteemed, however, are those who come to look on. Never knew. Only these wise pursuers of knowledge may release themselves from the wheel of birth. Ooh.
You and I are different, 37. Not all of us have the privilege to look on from the sidelines.
She clenches the tiny idol. A thick, tar-like substance seeps out from her body. In an instant, the bombers are wiped out completely. Let me take a look at this scene. Again, you gotta appreciate these shots right here. It is very, very good, on honesty. God.
Sophia, you...
She can't prolong the inevitable any longer. She knows that. This is the last thing she wants.
I will join Manus Vindicte, take others with me, and leave. I will renounce the scripture and seek vengeance in the phenomenal world. Make your move, 37.
Oh no. Tears rolled down her eyes.
If you really are the genius who can overcome anything, prove it to me. Stop
Don't
me.
say it.
Transcend me. Defeat me.
Don't say the words.
Crush me to dust.
This is the worst way to start my morning, to be honest. Oh god, am I gonna have to fight her? Oh boy. Also, I just realized something. I just realized that I have a new tune, the Unfinished. So use arcane skill, move arcane skill. Let's see, incantation draw limit +1. Okay. All right, let's try this one. Let's try the Unfinished tune.
Come together to conquer this great waste.
So she's the boss,
Why,
I believe.
Sophia? Why must we fight each other?
This was preordained. I am an irrational number, an obstacle in the pursuit of truth. I have accepted my fate, abandoned my scriptures, and embraced the path I should have chosen. Let neither side hold back, 37.
Alright, let's take a look at you. Let's see what you can do now. So again, you got Call of Fate deals 100% mental damage if it's fully upgraded. Then Outside the Truth deals mental damage again. And... okay, what is Irrational Ascension? Blocks home max HP worth damage. Okay, you can have maybe Moxie. Okay. Alright, we're good.
Connection between numbers.
Keep up the pace.
The golden ratio. Fly, my numerical friends. Let's get it over quick.
Okay.
Easy there. Shell, damage.
There they are.
Under attack.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate that.
It's newly made this year.
Oh, I hate that.
yourselves to one another.
Faraday's miracle. Aim
Damn.
and shoot. Target attack.
Stop
You don't wanna
that.
miss it.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. No. She got the buff. She's healing herself. Are you kidding me? No! No! Damn it! Ah!
The connection between numbers.
The light that illuminates all.
What? You have gotta be kidding me.
Together, we are heroes. Splash in the water. Devote yourselves to one another.
Aim and shoot.
Oh gosh. Okay.
There
Don't
they
put
are.
a shield up. Yes, please get him.
He's there.
Oh, she took off her health. Okay, that's good enough.
He's there.
Oh god damn it! You gotta be kidding me! Oh. You know, I never have I thought I would have trouble with a character, in all honesty. Because apparently, it's always going to talk about, hey, your level's too low, my level's high, I'm inside 3. And apparently, it has to do with this thing. The resonance, it decides the utmost thing of stats between your character and all that stuff. And that is disappointing. And I noticed that intellect can conquer, I believe it was spirit. So I think intelligence and spirit might go against each other, which is why I think it might be nothing. So I think the only intelligent character I got is the one I got this last year, which was 6. I have never gotten around with anyone really, in all honesty. So I'm gonna be like focusing
Turning against the fire in the cave. we
my
see
attention
true
onto, I guess, characters with intelligence. As a constant reminder, every time I go, I keep forgetting that in Vereinsamt, or is it Vereinsamt, I'm reminded that they added breezy, which is pretty much easy difficulty, while this is just normal. And I could have just done this, picked this, and just be the end of it, breeze through it without the pain and the well, absolute ridiculousness. But hey, might as well just do it, right? I mean, it makes it easier because apparently we're limited when trying to build our characters. We don't have the things to fill in this our stamina here to go on with our farming or grinding the materials just for it. So
We walk in long nights.
A little surprise.
Learn from silence.
This made connection between numbers. Behold the phenomenal world.
sorry, Sophie.
No, this is
She had to beat her friend. Oh no.
yet another proof nearing perfection.
And then you see this. This is just sad here. I'm already about to be in tears. I mean, the explosions have finally ceased. The planes rest alongside the geometric bodies in the sea, sinking into an everlasting sleep. The wars of battle are no more, and all that remains is the crashing of the waves against the shore.
Why? Why did you spare me, 37? Why did you show mercy? You weren't supposed to.
Were you hoping that she would kill you? Then you don't know your friend at all. The battle ended quickly. 37's geometric brilliance has left only a tear on her friend's robe. Or is it tear?
Because I don't want to fight you, Sophia.
Because you're her best friend.
Why? Why do we have to do this?
Her voice is filled with anguish. Sophia looks down in a long silence. Then she gently shakes her head.
I'm sorry, 37. I have gone beyond reason. Beyond cure. I must have been out of my mind to make you fight me. Your hands were never meant for violence. They were meant for upholding the truth. As for me, I'm the one who clears the dust off the path, as fate foretold. Goodbye, my beloved friend.
She no longer wavers or looks back. Her shoulders tremble, but she strides toward the menace with determination.
It is time. Please clean up the beach as quickly as possible. We will depart soon, as Lady Arcana has instructed.
Miss Sophia!
Oh, no. The team is finally reunited. Sonetta arrives last, heaving from trying to catch up to the scene. She had her own battles elsewhere on the island. That strange dream has taken its toll on her. And now, she is holding her pen, silently questioning Sophia with a piercing stare. Why?
We all have our own purpose to fulfill, Miss Sonetto.
She walks right past her.
I will not fight you this time. But I will draw steel the next we meet.
The new members of the Manus Vindictae have left. They did clean up the beach. Every trace of humanity has been wiped clean. Only rock and metal debris remain on the beach.
I don't understand any of this.
Remember what Six told you. If you were to find the truth, would you risk having your own world crumble? I think he meant by this, because I think Six knew that the humans will attack because they had this Manus syndrome, or is it the Storm syndrome? And then, I guess some of the people chose to side with the Manus, including her friend. Her world, literally broken. She slumps to the ground and stares blankly into the distance.
The truth transcends all and is above all trivial matters of a phenomenal world. It guides us to enlightenment and protects us from evil and misfortune. Does it not? This is what I have always believed, so I went seeking for it. It is finally in my hands. But now...
She lost everything now. She lost her home, her best friend, and her beliefs? 37 buries her face between her knees, on the verge of sobbing.
What went wrong? Was it my fault? Isn't this how the truth is supposed to work?
The truth ain't always sweet. It's bitter, no matter how much you want to deny it. And I think Ferdinand knows too. It is not an easy question for an off-island visitor to answer. However, one thing is for certain.
The truth has not abandoned you, 37. You haven't used the key yet, have you? It is still coded.
The key.
Yeah, give her a math problem, she'll be happy. 37 is helped from the ground.
Lilia has verified Arcana's location. She is still on this island. We still have a chance to stop her before it's truly too late.
And only 15 hours left. Christ.
We should go now, Sonetto. We have 15 more hours until the storm.
Well, I truly believe that this really is the most sad thing in all things here. I mean, it went from absolute chaos and madness in Vienna to absolute destruction and death on an isolated island full of people who want nothing to do with the phenomenal world because it is what they were used to. They believed in their own religion that it could save them, but at some point I think that can fade as well. Maybe. So yeah, so we got one more thing to read and then I'm going to end the video here. So, a fate has been forged for this purpose, a maxim, a preconception, a deliberate contemplation, a step taken, believed to be a choice. The woodland is older than all within it, through passion and or reason. Travelers grope and stumble through the branches, or slightly tread the narrow path, or choose to run away, turn away, stepping into a subtle unknown. Read the voice urges, if now, without pursuit, close to the truth. Yet let go, than never before had it been. Step forward, so they say. Before the tale is told, all is decided. Merchants, competitors, morals, and heroes. And as the feast begins, how shall they fade away? For those outside, for whom the time they've made has not yet come. Those who deem themselves transcendent and are merely not in this procession. And I actually looked up, like I said, I've looked up on, I guess you could say the summary of this. Not really the summary, I don't want to spoil myself in this one, but I just want to know how many chapters this chapter has. And right about now, I got 6. So I think that's today. I'm going to end this video here. So thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you want more of it, like the video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button if you enjoy my narration, my gameplay, and my content in general. And that's all I got for now. Anyway, just so you know, I'm actually am on the process of making I think it was a Blue Sky account, I believe, because one of the Twitch followers, Twitch streamers I follow, uses that, because to be honest, I don't like how the thing about Twitter being, I guess, a battleground for, I guess, morality or some form of social battlefield. And that's how I feel. So I'll be making a Blue Sky account probably later in next month, because I'm very busy and being too exhausted for anything really to make a new social account. So be sure to pay attention to my I guess videos or my YouTube social screen or my social links, because they may be added or changed in some way. And I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell you this, but I recently just got me I guess a bundle deal of Wolfenstein, which is one of my favorite games when I played the classic version of it. I mean, I've been playing recently Doom Eternal, and I kind of enjoyed that, but I never knew if I wanted to stream it or not, because frankly, no one's gonna hear me for shit when it comes to like my headphones. They are not good, but I can still have good hearing. So if you okay, so that's all I gotta say for now. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, enjoy your morning or evening, whatever, however you're gonna watch this. Because I guess in a little bit I will be recording again, and I will be starting with Homage Paid, I guess. And look at that, standing alone on that same spot is Arcana, and I love that. So, all right. So, as always, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the new video. So, peace out. And have an awesome weekend.